I know BC and Democrats don't make sense. Make sure to subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Y'all already know B4 Reacts My For Life is out there. Hope that you guys having a blessed day. Now, I already told y'all before, if y'all watched my previous videos, CJ So Cool is the architect of his own demise. And don't get me wrong, I know everybody can turn over a new leaf, but it's different when you cause so many problems yourself. Let's get right to the video and see what he has to say.
I'm CJ So Cool, and I'm making this video about depression because I hope that somebody out there watching it will be able to use me as an example, as a vessel, as some form of motivation to fight through it. Because while I was going through depression, I didn't have anybody. And I really seriously mean I didn't have anybody that I felt like was trying to lift me up out of it. A lot of people you guys have known me to call friends. None of them were there for me. I mean, zero. Like literally no one called on me, no one checked on me, no one texted me to see how I was doing and genuinely meant it. Since that happened, I felt like I didn't matter to anybody. And I know I have subscribers, supporters, and fans. I know I have it. But I still felt like in reality, no one really cared about me. They only cared about what I could do for them. And once they felt like I couldn't do for them anymore, they moved on with their lives.
That's not true because you have CJ on 32s that I've proven in previous videos that he consistently reached out to CJ. Not only that, he lent CJ So Cool money. He loaned some of money at one point in time. So for him to say that he had no friends like D-Base that never switched up on him, that's bullshit, to be honest with you. Like I said before, this guy likes to victimize himself even though he's the architect. He's the one in the shadows. He's the one that comes up with these different elaborate plans that literally fall apart. But he loves to make excuses. And you're never gonna grow that way if you don't never look at the person who's the common denominator.
And as an adult, I have to understand that that's just what life is. And everyone's not going to be there for you. Everyone's really not your friend. And if you don't got yourself, nobody else will. So I let myself go. I stopped working out. I stopped going out. I stopped being a creator. And ultimately, I stopped making money. And since I was living off my savings and felt like I was comfortable enough to continue to do so, I never was pressed to make any videos. And by me not making any videos, the depression just kept getting more real and more real. And I entered into a phase where I felt like...
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't want to.
I didn't want to live anymore. And that's why I'm making this video. I'm making this video because I don't want anyone out there thinking that just because they don't have friends or family reaching out to them on a regular, or they don't have anyone that they can lean on, I don't want you to feel like the answer is ending your life. Ending your life is definitely the worst thing you can do. It's literally in the Bible. It's the only thing God cannot forgive you for. And I believe that's because once you're dead, how can you ask for forgiveness? How can you repent, right? So speaking on God, I've always been known to be a prayer. I've always been known to be a God-fearing man. And for those of you that don't know that or don't believe that, that's on you. But I was raised in the church. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, they always had me in church. And so
Church don't matter. Because if you don't obey the law, statutes, and commandments of God, it doesn't matter. If you're celebrating holidays, when he said don't go after man tradition, do not conform to the world, you're not supposed to be celebrating Christmas. Christmas is not even the birth of Christ. Literally. It doesn't make any sense. He wasn't even born in the winter. That's actually winter solace. That's the death of Nimrod. But you have Christmas trees up. You still celebrate holidays, but you say you're forgotten. It's like a lot of people crack me up with that. You're more religious. You can say you're religious. You're not for God. You just after religion.
someone's choir and someone's Bible study and someone's youth ministry classes, I was always in church, right? So being that that's how I grew up, I really knew in the back of my mind that that's the only friend I needed. But we live on earth. I'm just trying to be as real as possible. God, I love you. I need you. I want you in my life. You are in my soul. You live in my heart. I believe that Jesus came to this earth and died for our sins. And therefore he...
It's funny how when people start falling off, they talk about God more. When they're at their lowest point, they want to start bringing up God. It's funny. God is not there. Stop using God as your spare tire only when things go wrong. Only when you know you can't do nothing no more. Now you got to call on God. How about calling on God when you was at the top? When you was all the way at the top. When you was making all the money. How about you start doing it then? That's a hypocrite calling on God only when things go bad. Like he's some type of handicap. Man, get out of here. like I said before, it's good that he's trying to turn over a new leaf, but it's another thing to, try to make it appear as if you forgot what it really was. You have mentioned just because you mention God every now and then say crap don't mean you for him. Having a form of godliness but denying the power
So
thereof.
cool catalog when majority of it is my ex and her kids. Majority of it is a bunch of memories that I have to keep seeing every time I want to post a video. A bunch of commenters that are used to me. For us over here, that means come over to the new page. You can still watch the old videos if you want to, but I don't feel like adding to my CJ So Cool catalog when majority of it is my ex and her kids. Majority of it is a bunch of memories that I have to keep seeing every time I want to post a video. A bunch of commenters that are used to me posting with the old family and that can't get over the fact that it's over now. So I felt like, and I still feel like it's time for me to move on and not leave my page, because definitely I want to keep it. It's mine. I'm almost at 10 million. But I feel like there's nothing left for me to do on that page. It's only up from here. If I start a new page and you guys subscribe and I post a video and I begin to get consistent with it, you will join me and you will start back watching my videos. Not that you guys haven't watched my videos. I haven't posted. Clearly, it's on me. But I feel like once I create a new page, I will be posting more. And there's a lot that goes into it, of course. And I don't want to hold back anymore. For those of you that don't know, yes, I sold over half, 70% of CJ So Cool's royalties. And I did receive income for that. And that's how I was able to manage without posting. Some of you are saying, oh, you must be broke because you ain't posted a video. No, when you got the millions, you can go broke. It don't matter what you got. Look, Mike Tyson went broke, MC Hammer went broke. The list goes on. People go broke that have multi-millions. But I'm just here to say I was never pressed to post because I already had a lump sum.
It's ridiculous. You own 100% of your channel at one point in time. You was making all the income, all the money, and then you sell 70% of your channel. That is diabolical. That is nasty work. That is just stupid as hell. Like, you can't even make this up. Dude, you literally been on YouTube for how long? Damn near close, like a decade, damn near, bro. And you literally are gonna tell me that you gonna sell 70% of your channel for what? Who convinced you? Who coerced you? Batman Cavill, Lexi, other individuals that came around because they wanted your money. They saw that loan sum of money that you was gonna get, and they wanted to bleed you dry. All the while, Royalty never told you to sell your channel. She thought that you was being a complete fool. Like, you can't make this shit up. Why would you sell your channel? 70%. No wonder you ain't motivated to post because you ain't seeing no income. It ain't got nothing to do with the fans. Got nothing to do with nobody. You just realized that you made a mistake that was so bad that you fell into a depression because you are the architect of your own demise. You are your own worst enemy. And you try to blame everybody else for your problems. Nobody told you to sell your channel. Batman Kev on them. That set you up. That literally wanted to see you go downhill. And now you look like a fool because that was your choice. Stop victimizing. Shame, insult, guilt. All right, hit him with the Kevin Samuels. Look, you got to understand, man. This is just treacherous. I would feel ashamed, stupid, all types of mess. No wonder you fell into a deep depression. Goodness gracious. 70%?
Of income from selling 70% of my royalties. Moving forward, if I create a new page, I will of course be more motivated to because I will own 100% of that. Once I sold 70% of my royalties, I realized at the time it was a good idea, but obviously moving forward, I felt like it wasn't the best idea because managing and creating are two different things. Yeah, I have this money and I've been able to manage it and live off of it, but I wouldn't need that if I was being creative, right? So the depression hit me from all angles. It hit me because I felt like I was losing myself, eating too much and not working out ever. You know, I got shot in a home invasion. That's always on my mind. So I'm more so thinking about protecting myself and my kids and not how I look or how I feel. And then the selling the royalties. So not being able to capitalize on the CJ So Cool's videos and actually making what I'm used to making, it kind of led me to a depression where I didn't want to make any videos and I didn't want to be posting on this page because it's not really beneficial as it always has been. And that's my fault. None of this is your
Exactly. Your fault. Now, the whole other situation in which you could have lost your life, I ain't holding that against you. going through something like traumatic, and it can weigh on you heavily mentally. But you selling your channel, that was all you. You had no business doing that. And you allowed these vultures to come around and do so. You know why? Because you never had a strong enough will. You never had the ability to be prudent, to make wise decisions. You could have bought so much land and property with the money that you had. You could have your money making money for you instead of trying to manage the money that you lost. Because if you post any videos, they taking 70% of it, leaving you with some crap on the end. Tell you, no wonder you kicked Nike and Kamari back. You had no choice, even though I already said this in my previous videos.
Your fault. So I don't want you guys thinking, man, I don't know what we did to. No, it's not you. It's all on me. I'm going through this thing called life for the first time. We only get one chance, and every decision I make, I have to live and learn from.
And I'm just gonna skip this other last part here. That he said he's gonna start reaching back out, talking to his old friends again. Let's see.
I'm done with that, and now I'm on a better page. And speaking of being on a better page, I even reached out to some of my old friends. CJ on 32 is someone who I consider to be my closest friend. Then I consider to be my biggest op because of what happened. I don't need to bring it up or reiterate anything that happened, because honestly, whatever I thought happened probably didn't happen anyway, which is what life is mostly about. We got to stop looking at things and thinking that we understand what's happening when really we don't. Because our mind, well, my mind has a vivid imagination. And sometimes I could just create a story and it might seem authentic to me, but it's not really what happened. So me and my boy went through some things. My other friends that still hang with him, I consider them ops because they was, you know how it is, right? But I reached out to him and I kind of like belittled myself, which is something that I've never really done. Usually I'm the big dog, so I come at him like however, but this time I wanted to be as humble as possible and apologetic, which is better for me. And it worked. My boy was like, I just was here letting you do you, letting you live your life. We still cool in my eyes, but I just kept.
You know why he let you do you? Because he reached out to you when you got shot. You told him not to come, and he literally wanted to come, but you wanted to bring the family around that you really don't like to be around you, like your brother and all that crap with Kenneth and the tarot cards and the nonsense, because he really just wanted to spite royalty. It was all a scheme to make royalty upset. He was willing to come up with some elaborate scheme and shown his own friends just to make royalty upset. But all the while, when royalty's celebrating her birthday out there, with D Bates' wife, which is one of her friends, and their kids hang out with each other and all that, and CJ on 32 is being around them for years, you getting mad because he said hi to her. Like, you got to think about how silly and just immature that is. And you can't make this shit up.
My distance, whoop de whoop. I feel like that's weak, but everybody's different. Because honestly, I would have rather had him continuously reach out to me and check on me versus just saying, you know what, I'm gonna let him do him, I'm gonna do me, whatever. Because honestly, I was the one that was hurt. So technically, he should have been the one that reached out. But we over that now. I went through the depression phase, and like I said, I'm reaching out to my friends. I'm feeling better about myself, and I'm trying to make all the right decisions this time. And for those of you wondering about my relationship status, I am single, and I have been single for, I don't know the exact number, let's just say 2 months. Let's just say that. And during the 2-month phase that I've been single, sometimes I talk to my ex, sometimes I don't. Sometimes we're cool, sometimes we aren't. But for the most part, I feel like she was a blessing to my life, just like I was a blessing to her life. So I don't wanna stomp on her name in any way. She's a great person, and it could have worked out. But honestly, I just feel like I'm not in a position to even be in a relationship. And that kind of led me to depression, being in a relationship when I wasn't really good. And like once I realized that, we didn't have a breakup because I cheated or because she cheated or because one of us hurt each other. It was just a mutual agreement where I said, I just don't want to do this right now. And it's better for me to just be alone than continuously try to be with you and then us just be beefing every single day. As you guys know, some drama did happen recently about my daughter's arm, my baby mama, and my ex, but it's life. I've never personally broken a bone in my body, but my daughter is different for me. I'm not my daughter. She got 2 different households, she got siblings, she got a lot going on. She's very active, and somehow she fractured her arm. And for those of you that don't know, yes, a fracture means it's broke. The same damn thing. This happened and it wasn't in my care, and somehow I didn't let the story out, but it got out, and then there was some arguments going on, right? So I realized, man, I just can't be with someone who, any given moment, some drama might happen, and instead of them stopping it, they add to it. And not saying that's why we broke up, but I just feel like, like, can you really be in a good, happy relationship with someone that's beefing all the time with the mother of your children? Even though I was technically beefing with the mother of my children, I stopped because I realized this can't go on forever. Same with me and Nike. I've been stopped beefing with her. We became friends. Everything is better after that. I want the same for the twins' mama now. I already told her, I'd rather just be your friend. I don't want to beef with you. You don't got to worry about me making videos dissing you anymore. I hope to God you don't diss me anymore. We went through that. And then when the arm situation happened, and then my ex did what she did, and then my baby mama did what she did, I just felt like, what the heck is we doing? So that's the truth about the relationship, for those of you wondering. The craziest thing about depression is when you actually have...
I'm gonna stop right there. Like I said before, if you watch my videos, you'll realize that I've been said that something was weird the way Lexi was moving. I already said that they wasn't together. A lot of people be writing the comment, oh, they still together. I said, nah, something seemed off about the situation. Seemed like she was moving in her own direction, and he was as well. And he's starting to back work out again, getting his energy back up. I said that Lexi wasn't motivating him. Therefore, if he's starting to work out and reach out to CJ on 32s, obviously Lexi was no longer in the picture. Said that in my last video. And to be honest with you, Lexi should have never been beefing with royalty. She should have been trying to find ways to de-escalate, to render the situation, but rather she was adding more fuel to the flame, right? And for him to make that decision, it's good because you need to heal mentally, and getting out of a situation, jumping right into another is not always good. And on top of that, with royalty, yeah, they don't need to beef. They need to learn how to just settle things offline and don't broadcast it, and actually just support each other. You're family at the end of the day, regardless if you want to believe it or not. A lot of people break up after you've been together for so many years. I don't think you should just go cold turkey. You should be able to communicate, especially if it was something like that. Y'all built a dynasty together, and just for y'all to just throw it all in the trash is ridiculous. But you know what? At the end of the day, I hope the best for him in terms of his new channel and reaching out to them. Just hope that they literally work things out with you. You need to seek therapy. You need to really seek God and not just be religious and actually be spiritual, and you'll get on the right track. But aside from that, let me know what you guys think about in the comments. And like I said, I told y'all, man, I'm up.